After the zombie movie Train to Busan in 2024, starring the super tough guy Ma Dongxi, another zombie blockbuster is coming. Is also the only time that use heavy weapons to kill the villain. Meanwhile, and the pleasure of seeing his fist like a cannonball to hit the enemy hard. And this time Uncle Ma is not alone anymore, but leads his top team fighting to the end for survival and rescue. So this is definitely a cool action blockbuster. To make it easy for everyone to understand and enjoy it, I will use a detailed way to show you in a simple and straightforward way. The story begins. A doctor wanted to research the elixir of life, killed hundreds of innocent children. As a study, the reason why he did all this just to resurrect his daughter, who was infected with the virus. But when he succeeded in researching the elixir, a group of soldiers with live ammunition suddenly rushed into the laboratory. At that time, you realize that to prevent the obsessed doctor from harming more humans, the soldiers shot through his arm without hesitation. But when the soldiers were about to take the drug, an unprecedented super earthquake suddenly swept across South Korea. The whole city instantly turned into ruins. The doctor's experimental data was also destroyed. But the doctor, who loved his daughter deeply, even used his body to protect his daughter in the bed. 3 years later, a special forces team discovered a remaining apartment, so they chose to set up camp here. But on this day, the sudden arrival of the doctor directly changed everyone's fate, because in this suitcase, there was his daughter with only half of her body. In order to bring his daughter back to life, he began to use his identity as a doctor on these soldiers to study the elixir of life that can bring the dead back to life. In just 2 seconds, the soldier who was shot dead instantly came back to life. But they have a fatal flaw. That is, they can only die by having their heads cut off. But as a lieutenant, Ji-jun felt that the doctor violated the laws of nature. He wanted to stop the doctor from conducting this absurd and cruel experiment. But the soldiers who had tasted the sweetness couldn't let him succeed. But at this time, the doctor didn't know that Ji-jun's escape would surely cause a bloody storm in the future. To increase the reliability of the elixir, he began to send people to deceive young children as test subjects. But unfortunately, among the children they deceived, there was Uncle Ma's goddaughter, and Ji-jun, who escaped, also found Uncle Ma. It's obvious that a bloody revenge war is about to begin. But Uncle Ma knew very well with just the 3 of them they couldn't compete with an army. So Ma found Lao Hu, who always disliked him because he has endless heavy weapons. Ma Shu Hu Li Le Chang. Ma Shu found Lao Hu, just do it, to kill them all. Watching dozens of outlaws coming towards them, Uncle Ma took the lead and started fighting. He was determined to kill them all to break through a bloody path. And the best in the team is a highly trained Special Forces soldier. Dealing with these scumbags is a piece of cake. While they were dealing with these outlaws, Ma had already cornered the tiger. With just 1 punch, 3 of his ribs were broken on the spot. Even Iron Man would lose some paint. Then Uncle Ma was ready to let him taste the feeling of a fist like a cannonball hitting his face. After Ji Wanji really seized the weapons, Ma had already tied them up in a row. Then he began to ask if they had a way to enter the apartment. Unexpectedly, Lao Hu gave a look. Many of his minions started to play dead. He was so scared that he almost wet his diaper, saying that they couldn't see him. But suddenly try moving, as the last tough guy was coaxed to sleep on the ground. At this moment, the tiger was finally scared. Then, Tiger took Uncle Ma and the other 2 to the doctor's apartment under the guise of delivery. This trip will surely stir up a bloody storm. But what Uncle Ma never expected was that they were discovered by the soldiers before entering the door, because the soldier suddenly saw the serious injury on Tiger's face.